Welcome back everybody to C5 Corvettes. It's Friday and it's Lyle here to talk to you about some cool Corvette stuff. A couple of things before we get started. Make sure you do the like, subscribe, super thanks, leave us a review, give us a comment, whatever you can do to help us build the channel because that helps us help you. Couple of bits of news. Wanted to let you know the C5 black sun visors are back in stock currently. So if you don't have a set yet, I have about 50 sets left out of the 250 that I just got in because I had people on a waiting list. So if you want black sun visors, the new improved version that I did a video on, I need you to get ahead and go order those this weekend or early next week because I don't know when I'm going to get another couple hundred sets in because it took us a while to get these. Secondly, the shale sun visors for the 03 and the 04, improved just like the black ones, will be in the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to have about 100 sets of those. I will make a video about them when they come in, reviewing them, checking on color match and stuff, because I want to see them before I open my big mouth and tell you about them, but then those will be available. I'll keep you posted on that. As far as today's video, today I want to talk about the 5 things inside a Corvette, specifically a C5 Corvette 97 to 04, that are just annoying. Not that they're bad, but with the age of the cars that they're at now and with the way they get used, these are the little things that drive Corvette owners like me, who attention to detail matters for me. These are the little things that just bother you. They don't hurt the driving experience, they don't hurt the ability to use the car, but man, they just kind of suck. So let's run down the 5 things, at least my top 5 things in the interior of a C5 Corvette that are annoying. Number 1, this guy. If you know what this is by looking at it, you've already been through the experience of having one of these get lost. What is this, Lyle? Well, Lyle will tell you, this is a 97 to 04 door panel access plug. To give you an idea, I have a door panel right here. This is a C5 Corvette door panel. And if you look right about here, you'll see there's 3 little holes in there. Guess what? That's where this thing goes. And because it's a plastic part, and because it is only held in place by the pressure with these little pins that you snap in, as this gets hot and cold and hot and cold, and you slam the door and you slam the door and you slam the door, these fall out. You don't see that they fall out, and then the next time you go to detail your car, you're like, oh, look, I've got 3 naked holes behind my door handle. Really annoying. Doesn't hurt anything, but man, we like it to be right? So, these guys are available in reproduction. They're so frequently used, I buy them 200 at a time, okay? So, the good news is, if you need these guys, they are on my website, link below, and you can figure that out. Now, I will tell you this, one helpful hint. I don't know if you can see this, right? Okay, so this center pin is offset to one side, which corresponds to the hole in here being offset to one side. It's actually offset toward the bottom on both the driver and the passenger side door panel. So when you go to install these guys, they just click into place. Make sure that this tooth here in the middle is at the bottom and then snap in firmly. And it'll last for a while, and then it'll fall out, and then you'll buy another one. But thankfully they're cheap. They're $9 a piece shipped to your door in the United States. That's item number 1. Sticking with our theme of frustrating things in the door panel, anybody recognize this guy? This is the door panel reflector that lives in the bottom of your door panel, i.e. right there, right? Now, this does nothing other than be a reflector. And it is held in place by these 2 little tabs here and this spring-loaded clip right here. The problem is, with age, plastic gets brittle, door slam, door slam, door slam, these guys tend to snap. And when they do, this kicks out and falls out. And you can't secure it back in. Once these are broken, they're done. Thankfully, they are available in reproduction. These are like $67 a piece from GM, which is crazy, right? These guys in the aftermarket, $29 a piece shipped to your door. Again, you can find on my website, link below. I'm not doing this as a sales tool. I'm doing this because if you need one and you're like, oh, I didn't even know those are available, I want you to know where you can get it without having to do a bunch of digging, okay? Next item. Item number 3. Does this guy look familiar? Right next to your ignition key in the dash, in that radio bezel, is this little guy. It looks like a tiny little spare grill. This thing covers your interior ambient air temperature sensor. And it is held in place by these 2 little springs right here. They're just plastic prongs and they just click into place. Heat, expansion, contraction, age, kaboom, they're gone. This isn't hurting anything not being there. No different than the door panel plugs. But it's annoying because you have to look at it every time you start your car. These guys, brand new, reproduction, are $22 delivered to your door if you need them. So, ambient air temperature sensor cover right next to your ignition slot. Item number 4. If you guys have dealt with your Sunvisors recently, and I know from judging from the sales of the ones that I'm moving, you've probably discovered one of the other fun failure points in the Corvette interior for 97 to 04, and that is this little guy, okay? Can you see him? This is, I'll put it on my shiny forehead so I get a background there. Okay, this is a Sunvisor retainer clip. There are 2 of these up in the reveal molding under the windshield, and they are held in place with 1 screw, and they have this tiny, tiny, tiny little plastic pin that goes up into a hole so that they don't pivot, right? And the rod at the end of your Sunvisor clicks into these things. And where they typically break is right here so that the C opens up and doesn't hold it anymore, or these little pins break and now this thing will move around and you can't just easily put your Sunvisor and snap it back into place because you have to move this first. These guys are actually still available from GM. The part I'm holding is a GM part, brand new. They are also $9 a piece. Super simple to solve the problem, but man, if you don't know where to find them, that could be a real problem. Finally, item number 5, most annoying piece on the interior of the Corvette, is this guy. This is a I'm holding it upside down. There we go. This is a power seat switch bezel. So you know that plastic panel where your switch is on the side of your seat? This is the switch. This is the panel that holds it in place. 9 times out of 10, if your seats haven't been recently redone, this panel is kind of broken and hanging off to the side because A, it was an incredibly poor design, B, plastic doesn't last very long, and 25 years is a long time. Let's look at the differences though in the early versus the late. This is a second design starting in like late 98 all the way through 04. It actually has this pressure pin right here, and there's a corresponding hole in the metal seat frame that this clicks into to hold the top edge against the seat so it doesn't lean away. Oddly enough, 97 through mid to late 98 didn't have this at all. It was just held in place by this screw, which is backed by your recline handle, and this long screw and tower that goes up into the front of your seat. These are almost always broken. Frequently, this is broken on the newer seats, this screw hole's broken out, or this has broken right here. And you can't reuse it, you can't fix it, nothing. It looks terrible because every time you open your door, what's the first thing you see on your seat? This thing, flopped over. Not so good. These guys are a little more expensive because, well, they're a little more intricate. These are $62 a piece shipped to your door, and there is a right-hand passenger side and a left-hand driver side, so make sure you know which one you need before ordering. Now, that is the 5 items that came to mind immediately for me on the most annoying little things on a C5 Corvette. But in the comments below, I want you to tell me what you find to be the most annoying little things on the C5 interior. And next week or the week after, I'm going to do a video on your suggestions. And then we're going to move on to the C6 and go back to the C4. And we're going to find all these little things that, while they don't make your car run better or run faster, having your car complete and having all these little things in place where they're supposed to be and actually working, it just contributes to the fun and the feeling of well-being when you're driving your prized Corvette. I hope you found this insightful. If you have questions or comments, leave them below. I look forward to hearing from you. We'll see you soon.